Ahead on NewsWatch, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton meet once again. Hear why their friendly fundraiser for Catholic charities wasn't so friendly after all. Plus, the nasty hidden side effects of alcohol and why it's such bad news for women. And the Feast of Tabernacles will take you to Jerusalem to see why this celebration is important for Christians as well. And thank you for joining us for CBN NewsWatch. I'm Ephraim Graham. One night after the bruising presidential debates in Las Vegas, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were supposed to pivot to a softer side at a Catholic charity dinner in New York. But neither could resist getting their digs in once again. As Heather Sells reports, many believe the 2016 campaign has once again hit a new low.
It is
just one night after their boxing match, aka presidential debate in Las Vegas, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump had a hard time keeping the gloves off. At the Catholic charity dinner, where presidential candidates traditionally offer self-deprecating jokes, the two couldn't resist getting in some digs at each other again, with Clinton going after Trump for his remarks about women and their looks.
Donald looks at the Statue of Liberty and sees a 4. Maybe a 5 if she loses the torch and tablet and changes her hair.
Hillary's been in Washington a long time. She knows a lot about how government works. And according to her sworn testimony, Hillary has forgotten more things than most of us will ever know. That I can tell you.
It could have been a difficult night for Clinton, given the WikiLeaks revelation that some of her top staffers appear to have a low regard for Catholics. Instead, Trump was booed for some of his attacks, although each got in their jabs. And Clinton suggested Trump might not like the dinner because it's rigged, and tried to tie him to Russia again.
But Donald really is as healthy as a horse. You know, the one Vladimir Putin rides around on.
Trump joked that the Catholic crowd of 1,000 was Clinton's largest during their campaign, and said he was glad some of the Clinton campaign was there.
And I got the chance to meet the people who are working so hard to get her elected. There they are, the heads of NBC, CNN, CBS, ABC. There's the New York Times right over there and the Washington Post.
But Clinton got one of the best laughs of the night when she summed up what many people are thinking with a joke.
Some of my critics, and I hear that too, they think I only say what people want to hear. Well, tonight that is true. And here's exactly what you want to hear. This election will be over very, very soon.
Heather Sells, CBN News.
Some bad news for Donald Trump out of Utah. The state is normally a lock for the Republican candidates, but not this year. The heavily Mormon state isn't throwing its support behind Hillary Clinton either. It is a third-party candidate, Evan McMullin. Most people probably haven't heard of him, but a new poll from Emerson College puts him in the lead in that state. CNBC reports McMullin has 31% of the vote, while Trump has 27% and Clinton is 24%. McMullin is a Mormon businessman and a former CIA agent.
One of the most remarkable aspects of this election, at least so far, has been Donald Trump's weakness in quite a number of usually deep red states. There could be no better example than Utah, and everybody knows why. The LDS Church is very anti-Trump. It goes beyond Utah, though. The fact that Arizona could become competitive, and it is very competitive. We even think it may be leaning slightly to Clinton at this point.
The last time a Republican lost Utah was 1964. The American Center for Law and Justice is calling out FBI Director James Comey for obstructing justice in Hillary Clinton's email investigation. This comes after he chose not to recommend the presidential candidate for criminal charges after launching an investigation into her email scandal. The ACLJ has started a petition for Comey's impeachment and issued a statement on their website saying he made secret deals to destroy evidence, thwarting congressional subpoenas. That's called obstruction of justice. It's a crime. James Comey violated the law. He violated his oath of office. It's corruption at the highest level. They aren't the only ones upset by Comey's actions. A recent article in the Daily Caller cites several FBI operatives who said they were shocked by his decision to not press charges against Clinton. A Texas federal judge is blocking the Obama administration's transgender bathroom mandate nationwide. The policy forces schools across the country to allow students to use bathrooms and locker rooms of their choice instead of according to their biological sex. U.S. District Court Judge Reed O'Connor issued the order blocking the policy this week. Attorneys with the Justice Department wanted the Judge Reed to limit the ban to only 13 states, but he said he had the authority to ban the policy across the country. The Obama administration is expected to appeal. A group of Catholic leaders charged in the nation's capital Wednesday to say Americans have a duty to vote and that pro-life voters must vote for candidates who will fight abortion.
These priests didn't actually endorse any candidates by name, but they said the final presidential debate showed a stark difference between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton when it comes to abortion. And they pointed out pastors and priests must preach about the issue.
The Republican Party overall, Mr. Trump in particular, should challenge the Democrats on the extremism of their position, which, as he articulated last night, means abortion throughout pregnancy. That's been the policy for a long time. I see pastors wanting to stand up and say the church stands for the unborn. The protection of life is the first duty of government. We have to elect public servants who know the difference between serving the public and killing the public.
One of the Catholic leaders said Clinton's defense during the final debate of late-term abortions and Planned Parenthood was, quote, reprehensible. The priests are offering a voter's guide highlighting huge differences between the Democratic and Republican platforms this year. It can be found at votinginfo.net. That's votinginfo.net. Paul Strand, CBN News, Washington.
After years of battling in court, the Christian-owned bakery Sweet Cakes by Melissa is closing its doors. The Oregon-based company was singled out by LGBT activists when owners Aaron and Melissa Klein refused to bake a cake for a gay wedding. The legal war that ensued crippled the bakery. The Kleins have decided to close up shop but refuse to stop standing up for religious freedom. They still face a hefty $135,000 fine and will continue to work hard to appeal it. Turning overseas now to the battle for Mosul in Iraq, a U.S. military member was killed by a roadside bomb Thursday. It marks the first American death in the new campaign to oust the Islamic State from its major stronghold in northern Iraq. Officials say the soldier was supporting Kurdish Peshmerga fighters who are part of the effort to recapture Mosul. He is the fourth U.S. combat death in Iraq since military operations began against the Islamic State in 2014. A new report from a coalition of Christian groups has found Christian and Yazidi refugees in Germany are being targeted in religiously motivated attacks. Groups like Open Doors Germany and the International Society for Human Rights found 743 Christians and 10 Yazidis were persecuted by Muslims in refugee camps. The report states the situation of Christian refugees in German refugee shelters is still unbearable. As a minority, they are discriminated against, beaten up by, and receive death threats from Muslim refugees and partly by the Muslim staff. The group believes the attacks on Christians are even more widespread than reported. Jewish people around the world are celebrating the biblical Feast of Tabernacles. As Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem, it is also a meaningful time for Christians.
They came from Asia and from the Pacific Ocean.
During the Feast of Tabernacles, thousands of Christians come from all over the world to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles, like these Christians from mainland China.
They came to support Israel.
We love Israel. We stand with Israel, and we want to be here. Every year we make it a point to be here, and we bring in people to show that there are friends for Israel.
Israel has been a close ally of Singapore since the beginning, and we owe Israel so much. They've helped us when we were nothing. Israel is the one who helped us. It is my honor to be here to support Israel on behalf of my country.
When many nations are turning against Israel, this support is a morale boost for Israelis like this tour guide.
I'm excited walking with pilgrims that love Israel and come here with all the problems that they have in their country, not acknowledging the state of Israel, but yet coming here and supporting us.
Many believe this feast is prophetic.
The prophet Zechariah said one day all the nations would come and to worship the Lord and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles in Jerusalem. You're not only remembering God's provision in the wilderness at this feast, but you're looking forward to the Messianic kingdom. We believe this is the feast of the birthing of the Messianic kingdom when the Lord arrives to take up the throne of David in Jerusalem.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
We've told you how CBN has stepped in at home to help victims of Hurricane Matthew. Half a world away, we're also helping victims of a typhoon. Torrential rains last week caused massive flooding in central Vietnam. More than 20 people were killed and hundreds of thousands were left homeless. CBN humanitarian and disaster relief volunteers moved into action, conducting our very first relief effort in that country. The team brought food, water, and other items to people in 2 provinces. Our Vietnamese workers on the ground say many homes were damaged or destroyed north of the city of Hue. They've raised some funds locally, but say they also need our help. They're hoping to bring in a medical team and help children and schools. Coming up, alcohol's deadly impact from heart trouble to immune system problems, why it hurts women more than men. Men and women can suffer from alcohol and substance abuse because addiction doesn't discriminate between age, social status, or profession. But what few people know is women are far more vulnerable to the effects of drugs and alcohol than men. As Caitlin Burke reports, not recognizing that fact could prove to be deadly.
Alcoholism remains a leading cause of death in the United States. Given the statistic and the research poured into the problem, it's a condition that's often misunderstood.
Many people think that alcoholism is a moral weakness or sometimes even a sin. That's kind of left over from decades worth of sort of ignorance about what was going on in our brain.
When someone consistently drinks large amounts of alcohol, it literally injures the brain. If you look at a normal brain, this part here is the limbic system or the control center. When you drink alcohol, it enters your bloodstream and goes to this control center where it releases dopamine. While that chemical can make you feel good, it also injures the brain as more and more dopamine is released over time. The alcohol essentially causes your brain's control center to short circuit, overwhelming how you think, feel, and manage your emotions.
The problem is that if you don't have those types of functions in your brain, you're going to act very similar to as if you had Alzheimer's, where you're not going to make good decisions, you're not going to respond to appropriate rules in society. And whereas people really understand, if they know you have Alzheimer's and you're running around outside without clothes on, they're not going to punish you, they're going to try and help you. Whereas if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict and you have the same type of brain injury, and you do something that's inappropriate, you're going to be punished.
Another misunderstood fact is that females can become addicted much easier than males. When a female drinks, her body absorbs 50% more alcohol per drink than a male. Dr. Urschel helps treat alcoholics and other addicts at EnterHealth. He says the increased absorption causes greater medical problems for female drinkers.
They actually have more heart problems than men. They have osteoporosis. They have more liver issues. They have more immune system problems, more nerve problems.
This becomes even more of a concern as alcohol beverage companies spend millions appealing to women through television ads and social media.
I mean, if you look at the social media and TV and all the messaging telling women, wine's fine, it's safe. In fact, if you're not drinking a glass of wine, you're kind of close to not being normal. And so when they drink a glass of wine, over time, they start getting used to it. Okay? They develop using the wine or the alcohol, the beer or the liquor to cope with the stresses, the normal stresses of daily life. And that's where it gets really dangerous.
24-year-old Hannah Faubert believed all the hype and turned to drugs and alcohol when the pressure to perform in college athletics got to be too much.
I was used to being the best. I was used to being the star. I went to Clemson and everyone was better than me. So I After some time, I stopped playing soccer. It was kind of an impulsive situation. And that's when it all started. That's when I lost all my structure and my addiction began.
As Hannah embraced her new lifestyle, the friends, parties, and boys, the addiction quickly took over.
I was mostly lying to my parents. I was telling them I was going to classes. I wasn't attending classes. I was staying in my room. I was not eating. I was suicidal, very self-destructive.
That's when Hannah's parents stepped in and sent her to EnterHealth. There she received a dual diagnosis, as is common with many alcoholics.
Dual diagnosis is simply having two disease states, two changes in your brain. One is psychiatric. So psychiatric can be anxiety, depression, manic depression, or other types of obsessive compulsive, other types. So all those mean is those are different types of neurochemical imbalances in your brain. And then you also have addiction. The alcohol or drugs have caused your brain to change, to be injured, in a short circuiting. So you need to treat both at the same time.
Hannah is now 1 year sober, but it hasn't been easy. Her first attempt led to a relapse, detox, and time in a state-funded rehab facility. Both she and Urshel stress the hardest thing for a recovering addict to understand is the need for constant maintenance.
There's this false expectation in our country that once you're treated for addiction, you never need a treatment again. That couldn't be farther from the truth.
At first, I thought once I was feeling better with my depression, I could stop my medicine and everything would be okay. It's just important to stick to the treatment plan your doctor has given you and keep going to meetings, focus on your triggers. But the key for me was just to be patient with my recovery, let my brain heal, let my body heal.
While the alcohol damage never goes away, Urshel says the brain contains an amazing ability to reboot and heal. With the right treatment, there's an 85 to 90% chance it will go back to its normal state. Caitlin Burke, CBN News, Dallas, Texas.
Next, looking for a date night movie or possibly a good flick for your teen? We've got your family movie reviews to kick off your weekend coming up next. It is the weekend, and you may be thinking about heading to the movies. For some family-friendly movie reviews, we turn to Bob Waliszewski from Plugged In Online. So, Bob, let's start with the comedy, Keeping Up with the Joneses. Possible date night?
PG-13 rated film that I went into, and I will say, Ephraim, that I cannot remember laughing as much at a movie screening probably in the past year, maybe 2 years. But that isn't to say that it's a film that I can recommend. Unfortunately, this spy spoof, Spy Family Moves Into the Neighborhood Cul-de-sac, is really marred by a lot of sleazy dialogue and 6 or 7 misuses of our Savior's name, which was such a disappointment for me because it was, yay close. If it had been edited a bunch, it would have been a very different discussion you and I were having about that film.
Unfortunately. How about the action-adventure movie called Max Steel? It looks like it's aimed for teens. How was it?
It is. It came out last week, didn't screen for the press, so that's why we're talking about it now. Gave it a 3.5 out of 5 for family friendliness. That's a pretty good score. So if I had a teenager in my home who wanted to go see the film, I would say, yeah, you and Bill could go to the movie this weekend. Personally, I did not enjoy the film. Didn't think it was a very well-made film, but it was a pretty family-friendly film.
All right. Well, there is a new movie based on the true story of Rachel Joy Scott, the first student killed in the Columbine High School shooting. What did you think of I'm Not Ashamed?
I really like this film, Ephraim. I mean, I really like it. In fact, I will go so far as to say, once again, if I had a teenager in the home, Dad, of all the movies you've seen in the last year, if I could just go see one, what movie should I go see? Hands down, it would be I'm Not Ashamed. Now, some of our viewers are probably thinking, wait. Columbine shooting sounds a little gruesome. I don't know if I really want to go see. Yes, the movie ends with that, but even visually, I felt that they handled it very well. Now, it's not for younger kids, but ages, say, 12 on up. But 90% of this film is not about the shooting per se. It's about the life of Rachel Joy Scott herself. And she battles with all the issues that Ephraim, you and I did when we were teenagers. Those who have teenagers, I mean, they're just teen issues. Should I go to this party? I'm a Christian. I don't want to party, but should I just go? Will I be salt and light? Will it be a temptation to me? What about, should I ever date a non-Christian guy? I'm a little lonely. Maybe it would be okay under these circumstances. What's my purpose? I'm struggling. I feel lonely. I mean, this film deals with it all. And I just love the way it unpacked all these issues and basically landed with a young woman trying to live for God the best of her ability and trying to make a difference. And boy, has she made a difference. I think it's the kind of film that will bring a lot of young people to Christ and bring a lot of fence-sitting Christians, I'll call them, and get them off the fence to a deeper walk with the Lord. So I love the film.
Beautiful. I know her prayer was for her life to touch millions, and it looks like it may do just that. Bob, thank you.
You bet, Ephraim.
It is now time for your Friday Faithful, and here's a faith message we hope encourages you. In your wait for answers to prayer, remember this: delay is not denial. The wait is the chance to align your timing with God's perfect time and His perfect will. So, in those prayers of frustration, ask God to help you value His timing more highly than your own. And with that, make this a fabulous Friday. That is going to do it for this edition of CBN NewsWatch. Remember, you can always find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care most about at cbnnews.com. We'd love to hear what you think about the stories you've seen here today. You can always do that on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We hope you'll join us again right here next time. Have a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend. We'll see you right back here come Monday.